a concern that's starting to increase, and some of the numbers that they reported are incredible. They mentioned that close to 30% of Americans now are considered to be overweight, and it's a statistic that keeps going. That's about 70 million people. The 70 million people are considered to be overweight in America. It's just a trend that keeps going higher and higher. Just 10 years ago, for example, there was no state in the United States that had an obesity rating of 30% or higher. Now there's close to 9 states in the US that are considered to have 30% or higher obesity rating. So what can we do about this situation? It's an epidemic, right? So there's a lot of proposals and a lot of ideas out there as far as how to tackle this particular issue. You got the First Lady who has her health initiative, and she's proposing in her healthy initiative to ban desserts in public schools. Kind of a good idea? I don't know. You also have states that are out there proposing to levy sin taxes on certain kinds of foods. Sort of like Massachusetts is proposing to put a tax on sugary sweets. I think they're all well-intentioned. However, what motivates people to change? Is it something outside that is going to punish you for doing certain activities, or something internally that is actually desiring you to change? I know for me, for a fact, it was actually the process of having to go to Old Navy, because all of a sudden the pants or the shorts that I was wearing weren't fitting anymore. So I decided to go do something about it. I don't know too many people that are happy with that situation. I know I wasn't. See, I knew that in order to lose weight, it was just a simple process. You just had to eat less calories than what your body needed to function. Pretty easy. However, I've been in so many diets all throughout my life that I knew that was just not the case. So what I want to do today is just share 3 simple suggestions that have actually helped me and keep track of my weight loss program. So these 3 simple suggestions I want to ask you to also consider and keep them in mind as we disperse ourselves from this meeting this afternoon. And then just share them with people, because I know for a fact there's somebody out there that you know that could benefit from these simple suggestions. The first thing that I did was just go out and seek some professional advice. So professional advice for you might be totally different than it was for me. For me, it was just to go see a doctor who happened to be a nutritionist. This particular doctor gave me a plan of action and gave me the courage and encouraged me to follow it through and make sure that what I was doing was actually healthy and it was a long-term process. So that got me excited. The second thing that I did was start monitoring the food intake that I was consuming. So in every program that you do, or anything that I've tried before, they always ask you to measure something, right? So you get either blue cards, red cards, you either have to go in and grab, count calories, count protein, God knows what else is out there. Well, what I had to learn were the foods that were good for me and which foods were bad for me, and count those. So I started to count carbohydrates. Which carbs were good, which carbs were bad. And that actually got me into the right path to just kind of manage those particular foods. I also learned that there's not one food out there that is actually the culprit for my problem. I learned that there was actually moderation was the issue for me. So there was not one thing that I needed to do or maintain. The third thing, we just start some sort of activity program. Simple exercise. For me, it was just as simple as joining a softball league that played every Sunday. 2 hours every week. That got me sore in every muscle that I could ever imagine. And that particular activity, just making sure that I would go in and do certain things on a Sunday and not show up like limping the next Sunday, got me stretching, got me walking a little bit more, and just increasing my metabolism a little bit. Sincerely, the obesity epidemic, when I started my weight loss program about a year ago, had not even come to my mind. It was just something that I wanted to do because I was tired of being tired, or just being plainly overweight. So I sincerely hope that the simple suggestions that I've given you today, just seek some professional advice. Watch what you eat, and become active. Have have given you a little bit of information that can actually help somebody out there.